When I came back home after 3 long months, I had prepared myself for the usual warmth, the comfort of my family, and the laughter that filled the house. Instead, I was welcomed by silence and a strange tension I could not ignore. My wife greeted me at the door, her eyes shifting away as if she couldn't meet mine for too long. I noticed right away that she was different. Her body, her expressions, even her energy. My heart sank when I realized what it could mean. At first, I brushed it off, telling myself that maybe I was overthinking after being away for so long. But as the hours went by, I noticed the changes I couldn't deny. Her belly had a slight curve, one that wasn't there before I left. My pulse raced, and my mind went wild with questions I didn't want to ask out loud. She tried to distract me, serving food, talking about small things. But I wasn't listening anymore. That night I sat quietly in the living room while she went about her usual chores. Every time she avoided my gaze, I grew more certain. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but something inside me told me to wait. I had my doubts before leaving. Messages I once saw on her phone. Late-night calls she brushed off as wrong numbers. Now it felt like every suspicion was about to be confirmed. The next morning I confronted her in the calmest voice I could manage. I asked her straight, "Are you pregnant?" Her face froze. She tried to laugh it off, but the tremble in her lips gave her away. She muttered something about me imagining things, but the way her hand instinctively went to her stomach said more than her words ever could. I didn't press further right then. Instead, I reached into my bag and pulled out my phone. Before leaving on my trip, I had set up a small camera in our house, a desperate move from a husband who already feared betrayal. I had never wanted to look at the footage, but now I had no choice. My hands shook as I unlocked the files, and with one click, her entire betrayal unfolded before me. On the screen, I saw her welcoming another man into our home. I saw laughter, whispers, stolen kisses, and moments that ripped me apart. The very walls I had worked hard to build, the home I thought was ours, had witnessed my humiliation. I couldn't breathe. My chest felt heavy and rage burned inside me. She sat across from me, her face pale as she realized what I was watching. When the video ended, I looked at her, not with anger, but with an emptiness I had never felt before. My voice came out low, almost too calm as I asked, "Did you see the video?" She didn't answer at first. Tears filled her eyes, but she didn't move. That silence was all the confirmation I needed. Finally, she whispered, "I'm sorry." But the word felt meaningless, just air filling the room. Sorry couldn't erase the nights she betrayed me. Sorry couldn't make the child she carried mine. Sorry couldn't fix the trust she had shattered. My hands clenched, and I stood up, not knowing whether to scream or to cry. She tried to explain, saying she felt lonely, that she made a mistake, that she never wanted it to go this far. But to me, every excuse was another knife to my chest. I had been faithful, working hard to provide for us, dreaming of a future together. She had been unfaithful, selfishly choosing moments of desire over the vows we once shared. The hardest part wasn't just the cheating, it was the pregnancy. That child was a living reminder of her betrayal, proof that she had given to another man what was supposed to be ours alone. I couldn't bear to look at her anymore. The home felt poisoned, the memories tainted. I picked up my bag again, the same one I had brought home hours ago, and headed for the door. She begged me not to leave. She reached out, clutching my arm, crying that she needed me, that she couldn't do this without me, but her words no longer touched me. I had been blind, but now I could see clearly. I told her quietly, "You chose him the moment you let him in. You lost me when you thought I wouldn't notice." I walked out that door with my chest heavy but my mind certain. Behind me I heard her sobs, but they were nothing compared to the storm inside me. I didn't know where I would go or what the future held. But I knew one thing for sure. I would never come back to the woman who betrayed me so deeply. The betrayal had destroyed everything I once believed in. But it also gave me a strange strength. I wasn't going to live in lies anymore. I wasn't going to raise another man's child or carry the weight of her guilt. I had finally faced the truth. And even though it tore me apart, I knew walking away was the only way to save myself.